Greetings, all. Let's continue the conversation, shall we? And I think you know what the subject matter is. Yes, love. What a surprise. Anyway, I speak on love so much because that's been the grounds of my teaching for the past, 22 years since I've, gone in hardcore on what it means to love someone. I was first convicted because you say you love someone, you say you love your family, your kids. You ought to make that love complete. It shouldn't be empty words, shouldn't be empty shell, it shouldn't be something you just say and not back up with action. So, love is literally made whole or set free to be its full self when you apply action to it. So, that person that you love, if anybody asks them if they feel loved by you, or they can immediately give examples and not just say, hey, well, they say they love me every day, but they don't treat me like they love me because they treat me pretty terribly. So I was first convicted like that. We can either choose to love, starting with ourselves and others. We can choose to love consciously and on purpose, or we can choose to love unconsciously by default, which, you can't call it love, right? You're just living by default. And I'm assuming we all know what default means, right? It means whatever went back into your subconscious as a child, whatever is back there, and if you're not aware of it, that's default. And it's just coming out. As you're triggered, it comes out. You react instead of pausing, looking at what's happening, and choosing an appropriate response to what's happening. You know, that's the difference between conscious living and living by the default program that is back there in the basement of your consciousness, in the back seat, your subconscious. And usually that's all the either good, mostly good, or mostly trauma and other hardships in your childhood. So yeah, that's why I talk about love so much, because that's literally the stomping ground of my growth all these years. So that's what it is. And if you guys like it and want to hear more, then I'm your girl. If it irritates you or it's too much, I'm not your girl. And that's okay. It's all good, right? Anyway, yes, so if we say we love, we must prove it through how we think, speak, and act, because our thoughts create our feelings, and our feelings govern how we will behave, how we will act, the actions we will take, and that will produce our results in life. So we must know that we are the creators of our results, right? Someone might choose to treat us in a certain way that we don't like, and we can choose to blame them for our results, and that is living unconsciously. But if you understand that you can let a person know that how they behaved is not okay with you, but there's another part. You got to go off to your corner between you and the divine that is you within. Take care of your half. How did you respond when that person said this or that that you didn't like, or did this or that that you didn't like? Your response is your responsibility, because your response creates your results and how you feel in your life and within your own body and consciousness and mind, right? No one else can control that. Your response controls that. How you think about what that person did controls that. How you behave, what you say, what you believe controls the atmosphere of your personal world, your personal experiences, your personal consciousness, how you feel in your mind. Are you peaceful? Or is it a war and chaos going on in there? That's not that person's fault. They can't control that. You can. You're the one who controls. Somebody might say, you're effing ugly. Okay, they said that. Now what? Now, when you hear that, what do you do with it? That's your creative power. It's what goes on in your imagination. It's what you let past the gates of your mind. You think of your mind as a castle with a moat around it, and you are the one in control of that damn drawbridge that goes down that allows people in and out, right? Who are you allowing in? You allowing in what that person said, that you are effing ugly? Or are you allowing in what God says? And all who backs up what God says. God says you are beautiful and you are wonderful, right? Are you receiving that? Are you letting the drawbridge down to that and let that get back into your subconscious? Are you rehearsing that every day? Or are you rehearsing what that person said because they've had a bad life or whatever's happened to them? Now they're projecting it onto you and not dealing with themselves. And now you've taken on their bullshit plus your own. So you decide. Remember, you have the power and the control to decide what comes into your consciousness and what you set on the reel. You know, the reel that plays over and over again, over and over. You decide what you put on that reel. You decide what you allow back there in your subconscious. And you got to go digging in that subconscious mind of yours to find out what is there from childhood. What is playing in the background that you are not aware of, that you are living by default, that you might not like, and you're blaming outside situations for your results when it's you. Now, I understand outside situations have their place, but you must take your power back because you get to respond to outside situations, and that there lies your power. That's where your power is. You must consciously start paying better attention to how you are responding. You might not be outwardly responding in physical ways, but you might be inwardly responding in feeling and emotions and thoughts and anxieties to what's happening on the outside. You must pay attention to these things and take your power back. Know thyself, right? When you know yourself and you know what's back there in that subconscious mind that you don't like, it's playing out, and you see the result and you don't like it, you have the power to change it by taking that, whatever that saying is, whatever that story you told yourself, whatever happened, whatever pain, you get to control it now. You get to remove it and replace it with what serves you, with the truth about who you are. You are loved. You are loved. You are wonderful and beautiful just the way you are. God, your creator of your soul, accepts you just the way you are, doesn't judge you, doesn't hold anything against you. You must learn to do that now for yourself. Don't judge yourself. Don't hold nothing against yourself. Stop feeling guilty for every damn thing, right? Stop feeling shame. Whatever it is, deal with yourself in love, gentleness, compassion, and understanding. Patience. Be all of those things to yourself. You will heal whatever's back there, and you will come in more and more into the power and the beauty that is you walking in confidence of self, not needing anybody to tell you anything. But if they do, you receive it in grace. You know, you receive it, but you've been given it to yourself. Begin to give yourself what you need. Begin to notice self and begin to make those changes of what you don't like, that you are, emanating, that's coming out of you, and you're noticing. It's okay, I don't like my response there because it doesn't make me feel good. It doesn't produce the life I want. Let me go back to the drawing board and do some switching out. Okay? Okay, lovely. I've had to do that work. We all have to do that work. We can't avoid that work. We are responsible. That's the power of being creators. We are like our heavenly creator, that created all we see and enjoy in this world. We get to create our own personal worlds. We get to take that power, and we are helped by the creator. That the creator matches our power, matches our intention, matches our focus. So make sure you focus on things and create things and do that healing work, and you are not alone. You have help from the divine that's in you and all around you. But that divine power will also amp up negativity that you focus on. It's a neutral kind of power that is conscious, that emanates love, right? But it's like a mirroring power. People have a misunderstanding about the God force, right? The God force is in all things, and it wants to bring forth more life, right? And whatever you choose life or death. It's bringing forth more of that. But its true essence is goodness, because when you think about creating anything that you want, right? It's a love feeling. It's something you'd love, right? So the underlying energy of creating anything you love and want to enjoy is a good feeling. It's a good thing, right? But you have to understand, because we are sentient beings, right? We are sentient. We are given the free will to choose. We can choose life or death. We can choose fear or love. And whatever we choose, that creative life force power will match that, will mirror that. And so we have to wield that power with wisdom and responsibility and consciousness. We can't just go unconscious and then start blaming everybody else for how we're responding to life. We are a walking creative unit. We have everything we need to create our lives exactly the way we want it, or exactly the way we don't want it. Because we do it unconsciously when it comes in a way that we don't like. You understand? But you have to exercise your conscious creative power to choose and notice self and make the changes you need to make. And the universe, the creative power, matches you, mirrors you, helps you. Helps you for the good or helps you for the not so good. So my loves, this power is huge. Learn to wield it. Step into it. Begin praying about it. Talk to it. Say, God, whatever you call God, say, God, help me to notice myself. Help me slow everything down. If your mind is moving too fast, God, help me to slow everything down so I can notice what my patterns are, so I can notice my knee-jerk reactions, so I can notice the energies I'm putting out there that's coming back to me and hitting my life and I don't like how it feels. Help me to notice, but also help me to notice the good that is there in my life too, so that I can, as I change things, I can be balanced, and I could also notice and enjoy the good that is in my life, that is coming into my life, and all of that good stuff. So I don't want to make too long of a video yet. Those days are coming. But if you can stand 12, 13 minutes of some good nuggets here, take it, run with it, okay? Start doing that work. Take some baby steps first if this feels too overwhelming for you, but begin somewhere. Take back your life. Take back your power to create your life exactly the way you want it. It doesn't have to depend on outside circumstances. I get it. We all are in some pretty shitty shit sometimes for a long time. But your job, your boss, the economy, the government, all those things are outside of you. You are the power source. So you have dominion and power over whatever is set forth outside of you. You can change it. And it's not dependent on those things. It's dependent on the divine in you. That is you, right? That has power and dominion over all circumstances outside of you. Remember that. It supersedes and can rise above whatever's going on in the economy, whatever's going on in your current circumstances. Trust me, you will be guided, but begin to notice yourself. Begin to notice where you are leaking your power. Okay? I love you. I do, because we're all the same. We're all wanting the same thing. You are me, I am you. We're all being operated by the same power that is God, that is love. So I am you, you are me, we are one. We are all one with each other. We are all sharing the same one consciousness. So let's tap in to that one love consciousness and utilize the power that has been given to us to create. Alrighty? I will talk to you again pretty soon, and it will be on love, coming in a different form, a different way we can exercise it. Okay? And you have yourself a beautiful day. All right? Bye-bye.